All right, guys. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevator TV Radio. Yes, it's exactly 10 minutes past 9, so we are 10 minutes behind schedule, and I am very, very sorry. Last minute technical glitches with our system caused us to do a reboot, and that reboot and update actually extracted 10 minutes from us when you guys join. I know that a lot of people would have been around and looking for why is the show not up. I am very, very sorry. It's not that we didn't want to do a show today. It was just that you know how it is with computers. They just choose to do update when you least expect it. I thought updates are supposed to come in the middle of the night, but iMac decided to mark us for stress this morning. But we thank God, and I sincerely apologize to everybody for coming in 10 minutes behind schedule. I would make it up at the end of the show. That's not an excuse, but it is just what happened with the automatic updates that we set up, and I am sorry. Okay, but let's say the grand running. There's a lot to talk about. We yesterday morning we were talking about the possible opposition that would meet, and was it Guinea or Cameroon? Some people were saying Senegal. Well, it was definitely that we're not going to play against Senegal anyway, but it was between Guinea and Cameroon. And once Cameroon got the job done by beating Guinea 3-2, then we know who we were meeting. And it's kind of like, you know, old rivals that we played Cote d'Ivoire in this tournament. Now we're going to play Cameroon. Something in this whole drama is beginning to give me 2013 vibes, but I am still very cautious. I'm still very careful. I'm not over the top, kind of like, oh yeah, we get it done. We are up there yet. I don't think I want to be that arrogant or cocky, if that's the word to use. Oh, that and say, don't worry, the lines are falling in pleasant places for us. We're going to go on and win the tournament. I am not that cocky yet. If you have that kind of confidence, it's good for you. I don't have a problem. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that me, Esiogene Dafi, do not have the. I mean, normally I'm the one who's full of guts, full of arrogance, and telling you, Nigeria, we beat this opponent, beat that one. But now we're playing against Cameroon. Cameroon are not fantastic. Agreed, they are not fantastic. But you say the thing about Cameroon is they don't need to be fantastic to play against Nigeria, and sometimes it's difficult. But the good news is Cameroon in AFCON, they only beat us well in the finals. Okay, so if you check our history with Cameroon and all competition put together, we started playing Cameroon pretty early in 1968. That was on the 7th day of December 1968, where we played against Cameroon and it was 1-1. And I also remember 2 weeks later, on the 22nd, that's 3 days to Christmas, on the 22nd of December 1968, this was World Cup qualifiers. Nigeria played against Cameroon again, and we beat them 3-2. So you look, that's where the journey started from. And then the next time we met again was in the AFCON, about 20 years, almost 20 years, 4 years short of 20 years, 16 years later. We met them in the AFCON in 1984, and wasn't easy, but we were beaten 3-1. That's where the door opened for AFCON meetings, and then we met them again in 1988, first in the group stage on the 17th of March. Yes, 1988 in Morocco, Maroc 88, and it was 1-1 draw. But if that was the whole story, that'd be nice. But 10 days later, we were playing them again, and this time in the finals, and somehow it's because if you read a question on the headline of this live stream, say what's your fondest moment, and as I speak with you, that's for me still is the saddest football moment for me. It's my saddest football moment because it was just 2 years after I'd gotten into the football groove, watching football from 1986, and then this was 88. The beginning of the year, we're watching this one. This was a time where only one person have TV, and when Nigeria is playing, tribe, religion, respect or disrespect, mileage, grudges, all is put aside. Even at during war there is a truce, and Nigerian football is the truce. And this was me, young boy, just turned 10 a few 3 months ago, and on the journey to becoming 11 at the end of the year, a little bit of wiggle room. I'm not having a little bit of wiggle room where I could say I want to go watch ball for uh brother Benji, the Olumba Olumba man house, and it's not like you would even get access to get into the house just from the window, and those kind of window position where for the 90 minutes of the game, you might just see only 30 minutes, but then the rest is noise and inshallah, right? But those are the moments. But then I really saw that goal. I saw that goal by Aaron Wan. So the corner came in. I can't remember who crossed the corner, but it came in, and Aaron also went up, headed the ball downward. The ball hit the ground, and then went in. It was Thomas Abega who was in goal. I don't know. I can't remember the Cameroonian goalkeeper, but it was a good goal. And the innocence of a child, not knowing that there is ojoro. That's what we used to call it, ojoro, match fixing, and the rest in football. We don't have the intellect to even ask those kind of deep rooted questions of the robots. It was just there, and then you're hearing elders talk, people talk about the game and blah 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 blah. And believe you me, we were robbed. As far as I'm concerned, we were robbed. Okay. And I will never, I mean, there are games that you can forget, but not this one. This one is not one of those games where you just go to sleep and say, "Oh, I forgot it." No, you can't forget this one. This one was painful. This one uh, got to the point where you look at it and something is wrong here. Something happened here, and it should not be swept under carpet. Well, that's how I felt, but that's what happened. And from that moment, I started seeing Cameroon as the enemies of Nigeria. Well, after that time, the next time we met again was in the World Cup qualifiers in 1989. Nigeria beat Cameroon 2-0 here, and we went to Cameroon. They beat us 1-0. We still went ahead, but eventually we didn't qualify for Italian 90. Cameroon still find a way to qualify ahead of us after beating other teams. Then in 1992 in Senegal, this one was Nigeria beating them 2-1 in Senegal. I think it was the third place match, if I'm not mistaken. It was on the 25th of January. I don't know if it's the third place match, but we beat them 2-1. And then this one is the one that everybody hates anyway, because it's the one that we were beating here at home. In 2000, we met them again. 18 years later, we met them again. And it was 2-2 full time, and then they won on penalty. That moment where Victor Kpeba put his hand on his head. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of background to the discussion we're going to have. And then thereafter, subsequently, we kind of like find a little way of respite of dealing with them in 2004. Remember that Okocha free kick? Okay, so they scored. We scored a free kick, if I'm not mistaken, and scattered the whole neighborhood. 2004, it was in Tunisia, and then Utaka, if I'm not mistaken, and then there was international friendly when Nigeria beat Cameroon 3-0. It was 3-0, but for us, it felt like it was a World Cup win. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it felt like. And then Nigeria also beat them again, the World Cup qualifiers in 2017. This was the one where, okay, so this is the one that gives me pride. The reason why it gave me pride, because 1 year before, on the 12th of June, when the draws were made in this one, we had not qualified for the Nations Cup. We are in Disary, and then this draws was made where they have Nigeria, Cameroon, Algeria, Nigeria, and Zambia in the same group. And what I just looked was the order of their play. So we'll first of all go to Luanda, where we're going somewhere to go play Zambia. Then we'll come back. We'll play against I think Algeria and then Cameroon, and then So I concluded. I said Nigeria were going to qualify for the World Cup with 2 games to spare. That was the 2018 World Cup, or minimum 1 game to spare. And man, our fans, what did I even do to you guys when I was in Brilla? Man, there was just this crazy hate, this mad, insult, jibes everywhere. People were just talking. But then again, we beat them 4-0, and then we went to Cameroon. We played 1-1 that game. Was funny. We could have won it anyway, but hey, it is what it is. And then we beat them in AFCON not so long ago in 2019 under Ghanaian. Ghanaian really does have joy with Cameroon. 3-2, and thereafter there was the international friendly that we played that Cameroon beat us 1-0, and then there is a return leg that we played that ended 0-0 2021. Having said that, that's all the setup. This is just a setup for the show. That's what you call a preamble. There's a whole lot on the show today, but please, as you're watching, as you're connecting with us, please do click on the like buttons. It would help us. Just I keep explaining this, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Having said that, there is a whole lot on the show today. Ghanaians are on a different level. They are in beast mode. The coach have been fired. The coach of Zambia, I think Tom Sanford, also have resigned, but there is a whole lot of madness. Let's go to the Ghanaian side and see. Fans were seeing, journalists and fans alike were seeing, and then there's a whole lot going on in Ivory Coast. If you have anybody who's in Ivory Coast, tell them to tread carefully. Don't provoke Ivorians too much because right now they are angry. Not like they are already out of the tournament. We must say that they are not already out of the tournament, but the reaction from the Ivorians fans is one to take caution with, because you can just go and get yourself injured unnecessarily trying to want to be too familiar or too friendly. So let's look at the standings, and let's look at the teams that have qualified, and then the possible teams that would make the best losers. So let's look at the possible teams that would make the best losers. Initially, 2 days ago, Ivory Coast was on top of that list. Now Guinea is top of that list. Mauritania is second. Ivory Coast is still there. They are number 3. Namibia is number 4. But you see, the thing is, Zambia have not played. Even Namibia have not played, but they're number 4 because they have 3 points. If Zambia play their game and get a win, Zambia jumps in and it changes the tide. As a matter of fact, Zambia can even get a draw, and with 1 more point, 3 points, they jump in, and most likely it is Ivory Coast that will be pulling down. And then Namibia needs a draw. Namibia needs a draw to ascertain their qualification. And these things are not rockets. It's not mathematics in football. Sometimes football is my friend will say football is very, very irrational, and nowhere is it more irrational like in the African Cup of Nations. So 1 minute you're in, the next minute you're out. Another minute you're out, like in the case of Cameroon yesterday. The next minute you're in, already going to play against your old nemesis. So a lot still is riding. The Ivorians can still triumph. I'm afraid somebody might get some dubious call. The calls have been good this so far, and coaches, some people don't like it, but I think so far in the African Cup of Nations, I will take the officiating from this AFCON way, way, way ahead of what I see in the Premiership every week. And some people might not like it, but this is just the way I see it. And let's look at some of the events that have gone on. In the case you plan to, when the lines are open, you plan to contribute, you can also call in, but for now, no room for calling. Let's look at the Ghanaians people. Ghana, the reactions of the Ghanaians is if you want to banter Ghana, you find it as joy. But you see, my mom used to say that now we're picking, we get mama, they take the advice. I'm not picking, we not get mama, they hear, they learn. So when you look at Ghana and Nigeria, like I always said, Ghana in football have always been what we wanted to be. Forget any argument. Ghana have been made more progress in the World Cup than us. Ghana, at the under-17, and they've won more African Cup of Nations that we have, and they started winning long time before us. I mean, this generation that likes to banter each other, there is a whole lot to the banter than just football. Back in the day, let's be fair, back in the day, we used to respect Ghana a lot. We used to respect them. It's not because of their size or anything, but we just know that they were a better footballing nation than us. And when they had their players, they kind of like, like I said yesterday, and some people came on the comment section. I don't think that they understand. One of the things I've come to realize with this generation is that we think that every response must be savage for you to be famous or popular. You think like if you insult people on social media, it gives you extra life. Like your life is Super Mario. You're living a Super Mario life. So if you insult anybody on social media, even if the person is saying the truth, just insult them. And you have, like, if you were supposed to die at the age of 50 by insulting people on social media, you will not get to 150 years. Because sometimes I just wonder why people do that. But hey, it's a word that we've come to learn how to live with. And sometimes if you If you don't like it, you can't block people. That's why I like the block in everything we do. Please click on the like buttons. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't extract your data. But then share with us your fondest Nigeria Cameroon moment, your most memorable one. For me, my most memorable one was the finals of the 1988 Maroc 88 African Cup of Nations finals. I would never forget that because it's the most painful moment for me in football. So maybe people have different moments that is the most painful. Some people tell you that it's in 1994 Nigeria versus Italy. That one even pay myself. Truth is, I bet against Nigeria. That's my, I grew up in Warri and I was kid. I was young. That was like I went to Port Harcourt today. I went to Port Harcourt on the 3rd of June or July or so, and then that match was played on the 4th or 5th or so, and Nigeria beat Italy. But the thing is, I took slap. I bet against Nigeria, and when Italy qualified, I was the only person in that place. Officers mess, yeah, officers mess, and I was the only person celebrating. And the slap, it was the officers mess. That's how I know what the mess mean in front of the officer. Officer will mess you up. Officer will mess you. The slap. I didn't see the end of the game. There was water in my eye going home, but it was that kind of slap. That slap that made me respect the army forever. Like from that, that's the one and only time I got a military slap. It never happened again. But there's a whole lot of story. Let's focus on the Cameroon matter so we could hear your fondest memories, whether it was good one or bad one. I don't know, but let's share it. Let's get to be part of it. While we're waiting for your fondest Nigerian Cameroon moment, let's look at some of the stories. Yes, Chelsea fans, I don't know if you're happy right now, and there's something about Man City that I'm just looking at it and I'm saying, Seferin, what are you saying? He said, we knew we were right. UEFA President Alexander Seferin says he's sure of Man City's FFP guilt, having given them a Champions League ban as club prepared to fight 115 Premier League charges. Wow. Seferin was sure that City was guilty and he did not act. Okay, I don't understand what you're saying, Sharp. Liverpool's peace offering amid Musala rule. Reds vow to do everything they can to get Starman fit for next month's AFCON final, with Egypt unimpressed by its return to Merseyside. Well, Egyptians. So I saw this video in the course of Nigerian players saying that people always insult them, people always quarrel. And I saw this video where Messi was being shredded after the finals of the 2014 World Cup. And I'm saying to myself, you know that if a Nigerian set of players ever takes Nigeria to the finals of the World Cup, let them beat us 200-0. They will build their statue along every street in Nigeria. The Super Eagles, that generation of Super Eagles should be built. But Messi was being insulted, was being shredded, was being called names. It didn't stop him. My point here is Nigerian footballers, stop acting like you're entitled, okay? Sometimes it gets bad. Mason Greenwood tells his advisors selling £40 million move to Barcelona is his dream as the Man United outcast look to stay in Spain after rebuilding his career at Getafe. I pray that move happen. I don't know, but I just feel like this boy was unjustly treated, and it would be nice to see him go to a place where he can play his heart and be very, very happy. Newcastle reject Bayern Munich 12.8 million offer for Kieran Trippier, with Mark Pace frustrating Thomas Tuchel as they insist they won't sell. Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino admit he's desperate to win a trophy in England after reaching Carabao Cup finals following painful defeat at last hurdle when he was Tottenham manager. Guys, do you think that Spurs and Chelsea will win this one? And if Chelsea win the Carabao Cup, which is their traditional cup, as the FA Cup is Arsenal's traditional cup, do you think that you would consider a season success? I mean, they beat Middlesbrough 6-1. Kopama, the boy that they signed from Man City, really getting it hard. Okay. My question is, if Chelsea wins the Carabao Cup eventually next month, would you guys look at that and say, okay, yeah, Chelsea have been a success this season, even though they didn't make the top four, they didn't qualify for the Champions League? Would you consider it a success? Remember, it's a £1 billion FC. Let's not forget that we can't banter Chelsea because in the last 20 years, like I've always said, They've been one of the most successful, top four most successful club in Europe, alongside FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, then it's Chelsea. So you're going to be very tongue in check criticizing Chelsea or bantering them. I don't think that somebody like me who's an Arsenal fan even have the audacity or the right to banter them. I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a Super Eagles fan, so it's hard to banter Chelsea. But I'm just saying, like from your own perspective, if Chelsea wins the Carabao Cup in the finals, they've not won it. It's still Mauricio Pochettino, the king of bottling, the bottling company guy, and to think that Chelsea is actually owned by a bottling company. So you know, put two and two together, you understand what I mean. Well, let's look at some of the transfer speculations that we're having. The month is really ending, and this is one transfer that I'm involved in quietly, codedly. I have a player that most likely will sign for Nice on the final day, and this player, okay, no, I'll tell you the story. Once that deal is done, I'll tell you the story. The very first time it's getting me emotional. The player, when you start filming a player like 4 years plus ago, and you capture him playing Sandy football, and then he went to Bayern Youth Cup, and then he came back. He was invited to the World Squad, and then he went, and then he came back, and now you know the player is about to sign for Nice. And I mean, first off, you even know that at the end of this deal, you'll get something out of it. Like this is the first time for me. This is the first experience ever. I've been involved in some players transfer previously, but none have been this. I mean, yesterday I was just talking about the whole past invitation, work permit have been issued, all of those things, and I'm sitting there and I'm saying, "Wow, wow." You know, it was yesterday that somebody asked me. Is it yesterday or the first somebody asked me, having all this traveling experience, why didn't I jackpot? And I'm like, wow. Really, this is answer to that question, right? I'm making impact, to like pure raw impact. This is not benefiting of somebody else's. Okay, this is your work turning out results. I mean, God bless everybody who's been part of it, and there is more to come after that. I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. I was telling my friend, we're just joking yesterday, and I was telling him, I say, you know that this is the best time for you to invest in my business, right? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, because a time is coming where you will ask to invest, and I'll tell you that your money is too small. This is the best time for you to come and say, guy, I have 5 million. Oh, I want to leave it in your corner. Okay. Use it to support your business, knowing fully well that it's going to, the ban is about to bust. Okay. And we were just laughing about it. It was a joking stuff. Like, okay, we're talking about some equipment that I need to buy. I need to get some things because I'm going to do a lot of, we're going to be doing a lot of content on the road, and we need, okay, so we can't be carrying iMac and BB computer along. So we need all this gaming computer. It's about 3, 4, 5 million. And we're just talking. And I said to him, I said, you know that this shit is about to be real. Oh. It's about to be real. Like Bobby told me when we went for the beach party, the Amaju beach party in December 30th. And he said something. He said, guy, you know that this thing is about to be real. Sha. I've been watching you from afar for a while. Oh. That the things that you're doing is about to be real. And I was like, what do you mean by that? I was there, Goose Baba, we're just talking. And he said, don't worry. In 2 years' time, we'll meet again here or somewhere else. You know, we'll always meet. And it will be that. And Bobby is a very brilliant guy. So when he said that, I just laughed. And then I remember that Ali Baba also said something earlier that, you know, that this your industry is about to turn and you are at the front of the line, Sha. I said, well, I don't know what you guys know, what you've heard in high places, but I know I'm in front of the line. So I pray. Prayer is God, when that floodgate open, my head is not too big to forget the guys who were with me from the beginning. That's one. So let's look at the transfer stories that are there. Al-Nassr are lining up an audacious bid for Brazilian midfielder Casemiro, 31. I think he should go and take that money. An ex-England under 21 defender Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 26. I don't think he should go take that one. As Manchester United prepare to offload some of their high-earning stars. And yes, this is the effect of Jim Ratcliffe. Those British people don't spend money. British people, if you want to learn how to be tight-fisted, go to British people. Okay, only British person will call you, come your house, knock your door, tell you, say, come, let's go to the pub, let's go and drink. And you now we get drink appetite. You say, okay, let's go and drink. You go there, go order maybe a Heineken, you know, go for other VSOP, Chris. Now Nigeria they do that nonsense. Now only Nigeria also say they go invite you, may you go club with somebody, you go the order as well. Like you know, say you know go for people, you go the order around. No, UK, like okay, like say a pint of beer. And if you go UK, the way we order things here different from how you order things when you go to the abroad. One of the funniest thing that I've ever seen is when you drink Fanta in Nigeria, you go to Europe or go abroad and then you drink Fanta, you now realize that one Fanta is more Fanta than the other Fanta. Our own, the sugar we did, only God know. The one we did for the abroad is mad, and then the color is different. I don't know. People with the abroad, please, when I ever wonder that, because recently there was this whole story of fake this, everything fake in Nigeria, and I'm asking, on the principle of that, is Coca-Cola not doing fake Fanta for us in Nigeria? Because whenever I go to the abroad, I order for Fanta. There is always a rude shock, like not be Fanta, be this way, but Fanta is on the bottle, on the container. So I'm wondering, are we getting the right Fanta, or there is a Fanta made for Nigeria that's well, let's continue with transfer story. Al-Nassr have already had a 20 million pounds bid turned down for Tottenham Brazilian right back Emerson Royal, 25, and view Wan-Bissaka as a viable alternative. Victor Osimhen has hinted that he is ready to leave Napoli this summer, with Chelsea, Manchester United, and Real Madrid all linked to the 25-year-old Nigerian forward, who has a release clause of just over 100 million pounds in his contract. That's a good one, according to Victor Osimhen. Una feel they talk with you want talk, una go advise tire, I go do it in my mind. In other words, I already know where I'm going to. I'm just bidding my time. May is not far again. After the AFCON, we go and wind down the clock. By May, I'm going somewhere. That's just the way. That's the way I interpret what is said anyway. Even though that's not how he said. Manchester United on loan England forward Mason Greenwood, 22, is edging ever closer to a summer switch to FC Barcelona after staring for Getafe. Getafe will feel good, and God will bless them. They will not relegate. God will bless them because they rescue somebody. You know, say it's written in the Bible, say, for as long as you have done it for one of these, you have done it for me. So I'm sure God will bless Getafe for saving a little boy who, Manchester United, the devil tried to frustrate. And there is no better way for God to show his power than to show his power over the devil. And this red devil, God needs to come strong for Mason Greenwood over the devil. Yeah, Nottingham Forest are still in the forest and in talks with Borussia Dortmund over a loan deal for United States midfielder Giovanni Reyna. Okay, he's 21 years of age. Crystal Palace boss Roy Hodgson, old man who is 76 years old, has been warned that he could be sacked if results do not improve after holding talks with chairman Steve Parish. Okay, because that 5-0 beating by Arsenal changed everything. Former Roma boss Jose Mourinho has rejected an offer from Saudi Pro League Al-Shabaab to come and eat kebab because that's not the place he wants to go. He still think that there is some good openings in the Premier League and even in the Italian Serie A with Napoli or Inter Milan back again, and then see what he can do. Probably come and coach Nigeria and take over from his recommendation. Jose, the God give, the God take. Pesero. Yes, what better way to replace a Jose with another Jose? Napoli have agreed a deal with Aston Villa, which includes a non-mandatory option to buy clause worth 7.7 million pounds or 9 million euros for 28-year-old Belgium midfielder Leandro Dendeka, according to Fabrizio Romano. Newcastle are considering hijacking Tottenham's proposed move for Club Brugge teenage forward Antonio Nusa, 18, the Norwegian attacker, is seen as a direct replacement for Paraguayan international Miguel Almiron, 29, who may leave Tyneside to Saudi Pro League club Al-Shabaab, Judo John Gallo's former club. Chelsea have registered their interest in signing 36-year-old French forward Karim Benzema from Saudi Arabia, Al Ittihad. Chelsea fans, are you interested in that signing? Is it one that you want? For me, as an Arsenal fan, I said from day one, we don't need that kind of signing. First off, it will upset the salary structure, even though they're not using my money, and then cause problem for the rest of the team. And then if he comes in, it will come as a chamo. He will not come here to come and work. He doesn't want to prove any point to anybody, so Arsenal doesn't need him. Meanwhile, Chelsea's English centre-back, Trevor Chalobah, 24, is a key target for Fulham. Let's see how that goes. Nottingham Forest are also plotting a loan move for Chalobah, who is currently recovering from a long-term hamstring injury. Some people are just good. Chalobah is my friend's cousin. I mean, no, it's my friend's nephew, actually. Yeah. The Netherlands winger Arno Dajima, stingy, greedy, selfish boy, is a target for Lyon, with his parent club Villarreal growing frustrated at his lack of game time on loan at Everton. Who go give him game time where he play for himself? Manchester United are interested in Bayern Munich Cameroon forward Eric Maxim. Jesus Christ. Choupo-Moting, 34, and Sporting Lisbon, 25-year-old English winger Marcus Edward. The Marcus Rashford one I get, and I never use that well. I'm going to buy Marcus Edward. Who they do the juju for Eric Choupo-Moting, please? The Old Trafford Club are also leading the race to sign Bologna's Dutch forward Joshua Zirkzee, 22. despite interest from Arsenal. Yeah, Newcastle are set to sign Manchester City's 18-year-old English midfielder Afi Harrison, but the deal is not done yet. Sheffield United may make a move for Nottingham Forest centre back Joe Worrell, 27, and have also registered an interest in fellow English defender Mason Holgate, 27, as a possible loan signing from Everton. Sheffield United are close to completing a £2 million deal for Atletico Madrid and Croatian goalkeeper Ivo Garbic. Okay, Grbic. How do you pronounce that anyway? I think it's garbage. Garbage 28. Portland Towns will pay £250,000 to make Chelsea and Canada midfielder Jesse Fleming, 25, the most expensive signing made by an American women's team. Okay, women football is far behind. Oh. Somebody weekly salary, now be the record signing. Wow, well, this life, in a balance. In no balance. You don't say what we not say no balance. I like yesterday I told you guys, even God self, the way God they treat you, they deal with human being, you not say the life no balance. Somebody touch Act of Covenant, if fry him, use a do barbecue like Henry Morrow. Somebody else enter Olives of Olives, shop show bread, kill the chief of army staff wife. I mean husband, kill the chief of army staff, take the wife. God say, yeah, the man after, hey, my guy, two chains. God for land, they do high five. Hey, two chains, you're my guy, my guy. So this life is not balanced at all, at all. So just this, now so the life just be. So no, they expect anything to be balanced at all, at all. Well, that's so the story. But let's go to across the other side. Let's go to the side of Chile. You know, when we're younger, a bit younger, they say that Ghana speak the best English, better English than Nigeria, and so in my stubborn or senseless character of asking too many questions because the teacher was a Ghanaian teacher, Mr. Kofi. Mr. Kofi, sorry, England speaks English, and that's where I grew up, right? Are you telling me that your English is not more English than the British English that they speak there, the Inuit people that they speak there? And the guy was trying so hard to explain the more, Ghana people, again, as much as they say they speak English, have you noticed that Ghanaians, like South Africans, cannot do an entire sentence without putting their language in it? So it could be talking like, Charlie, I'm telling you, you may not or guys speak English. So at some point, I just realized that I don't know who invented that. Maybe because back in the 70s and 80s, there were a lot more Ghanaian teachers in Nigeria than we had. I mean, that's because teaching job need they pay. Not because say there's a be English pastors, but well, somebody's firing English over there in Ghana right now. Let's go to Ghana and see one win in 3 AFCON tournaments. When I heard this, then I took like holy 3 AFCON tournaments. Ghana have only won 1 game. Well, hear it for yourself.
Now, we can't beat Angola. We struggle to beat Angola. We can't beat Central African Republic. Comoros, we can't beat them. We can't beat Cape Verde. On how low we have sunk. And I want someone, and then nobody can tell the boys these things. I want someone to look in their eyes and tell them you are the worst crop of players who have ever played the Black Stars if you don't know. The last time Ghana won a game at the AFCON was when? 2017. Yeah. No, you're winning back 2019. 2019. You're winning 1 out of 10 games. Our AFCON since 2017. Last 2 AFCONs, this is the 3rd one. They're winning 1. You're winning 1 game in 3 AFCONs. Let me tell you something. Out of that, Baku player being $36,000 in bonuses. As I'm a per diem, some minor campaign, you'll be able to take off with 50,000. When we exited from the 2nd round, if you are not a sick country, and I'm sorry, but let's all be honest and call ourselves fools, because it's only a fool who do the same thing and expect different results.
You are listening to Elegbete TV radio.
I be for your side. I be that thing where you hear I be for your side. Like, this is not me. This is not that. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just the messenger. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger. Okay. But how does it sound to you? Like, one win in 10 games. And the teams that Ghana have played in the AFCON, and because people say, oh, you come out here and you are trashing Ghana.
It's 9:44. To hear your notifications, follow the notification on your phone.
Yeah, they have come. Whereas people have come. Uh-huh.
It's 9:44.
Okay, sorry guys. Let me have to take that one down. So, like I was saying, you just get to the point where you start looking at Ghana like, how did he go that bad? How did they get to the point where this is the best now that Ghana can offer to the continent of Africa? Ghana used to be the team that everybody, if you have Ghana in your group, then you are in trouble. If you have Ghana as a team you want to play against, then you're in trouble. Then all of a sudden that is happening. Just when you thought that was off, then you start hearing that Ghana players actually earn more money in bonuses than any other team in Africa. So how did they deserve it? I don't know, but let's see. Let's get involved.
We are not good anymore. We just only me an interview the last time I told you said we are not good anymore. We just have to accept, but it's the hope that kills. All the time, we are not good anymore. Players now, we see it's either they don't have the zeal, and now say they have lost the true identity of playing for Ghana. I think we have lost everything. Virtually everything and make it the national team, and we have to accept no national team on the continent of Africa and earning more bonuses than the Black Stars. No national team on this continent and earning more bonuses either in the AFCON or African Cup than the Black Stars.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
So you let that sink and you ask yourself, okay, so this is why they are reacting the way they are reacting, and it's okay. And then we got to the point where, Abedi Pele feels like, so if you know the story of Abedi Ayew Pele, was the poster boy of Ghana football, and not just the poster boy of Ghana football, but the poster boy of African football. But at the end of his career, it was seen as the most divisive figure, extra demanding superstar that is prima donna, and Ghanaians turned on him. Like they turned on Messi in 2014 in Argentina. They turned on him, but he didn't, come back to come and win them something like Messi did with the Copa, the Finalissimo, and then the World Cup. Okay. So he ended his career on a rather sad note, like Sunday Olise, and like a lot of other African players, Momo Abutrika, a lot of these other African players. So I think a journalist saw him somewhere and was telling him, do you think that people, your children, it's time for them to quit the national team, blah, blah, blah. And daddy says, no, that people just hate their use. It started with him, and now they're transferring that hatred to his children. Okay, that's the thing that they should, they should just overlook it. That's the normal thing that Ghana people do. Well, yeah, from Abedi Ayew Pele.
They've never got it wrong. They've never got it wrong. What I can say that what I can say is they've never left me alone. When I was playing, it was the same. So I have nothing wrong with it. It's because they know you have it and you can do it. That is why they come at you. If you don't have it, nobody will call your name.
You are listening to Elegbete.
So that's Abedi Ayew's reaction to the fact that whenever Ghana loses games and it's become a recurring decimal, that they keep blaming the Ayew brothers. And in 2021, I kind of like blame them because there was a lot that the Ayew brothers do, and you could like say, okay, there's a bit of arrogance, especially the press conference. Remember that famous press conference after the game they played, and they were going to play against Comoros, and one of the Ayew brothers said, "It's Comoros, you will see us, we will beat them." And then there was no need for that. And then Comoros showed up in a way that Ghana never expected, and they never expected it, and they were beaten 3-2, and it was a shame. And it's the same thing here again. Okay, so the last game, I remember when they played 2-2 against Egypt, Ghanaians went to town again, and they were like, "Oh, you will see us. Well, Kudus is back. We've shown what stuff we're made of. The coach did not select the right players. Now we have Kudus, and Kudus will show to the world what Ghana is made of. Is it not Mozambique? We will beat Mozambique." Well, it didn't turn out to be like that. But why would you even say that about Mozambique in the first place when you know that Mozambique almost destroyed Egypt? Okay, well, let's hear from the fans. Now they said they should sack the Ghana FA, sack the coaches where the coaches have been sacked. So Chris Hutton, I'm going to come to Chris Hutton conversation. There's something about that one to just joke about. But let's hear what the fans say.
Nana be a pauton to do from throw. Dissolve GFA from Balian. Dissolve GFA. Use the executive powers Ghana has given you. Dissolve the GFA. Sack the minister. Minister look at the sack him before he come to Ghana. Sack him because he doesn't have budget. I just say, we need the budget. Minister, sack him immediately. Oh yeah, dissolve GFA from Balian. Now I will take a decision now. But Vice President, the friend say, but no more. So I'll dissolve GFA for Bawumia. You took us no. Say that Bawumia. Dissolve GFA. How can win? Dissolve GFA immediately. What is for money? From money. Now, minister, what opportunity? Sack him before he come to Ghana. I said, well, cousin, better than 100 for dissolve. Only so that Ghana.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
Of all of these things that you've heard, okay, of all of these that you've heard, the rantings, the reaction by Abedi Pele, and all of that you've heard, and not knowing that Ghana players earn more than any other. It's not like Ghana is the richest country in Africa, but their players earn more than any other country on the continent of Africa. There are 54 countries in Africa, and they play the way they play. They've won only one game in 10 in 3 AFCON. Jesus Christ. They've won only one game in 10. Well, if you want to call in, 07025000069 is the number to call in. But then let's go to your comment, as this is a place where I enjoy the most. After I've done my beat, I have to do your own beat. Okay. Olanari Ogbari says, Kai, I miss your dada. Anyway, I'm really scared of that match. Like I am already shaking. My dada is coming back. That one, I give you guarantee it's coming back. This I don't even know me myself. Like this one, this is not me. This is not me. It doesn't even look like me. Like making me too. I'm like Samson right now. Samson. I'm like Samson right now. The Samson after Delilah's lap. Delilah, you say present, sir. Edith Lavoma say, well done, Elegbete. Loving this AFCON with roller coaster. Let me read something that Pastor Femi Abawoye has sent me about the AFCON. It's just so nice. And I was reading it and I was just laughing. Let me go to my personal phone, my WhatsApp. He said there is exotic authenticity, almost bordering on innocence in the way we play the game, devoid of the constraint of the Oyibo or European man's scientific approach. That's this for me is the definition of a lot of things that I've been saying, that African football needs to be played in the African way. We need to do it the African, like AFCON should be the place where you come and then you show your Africanness. And the most African, the most traditional, expressive, expansive, and aggressive team from the African territory come out as winners. That's why I like that 3-peat that Egypt did, because they did what Egyptians would do. They took players from Zamalek, players from Al Ahly, and a few from Europe, and then they fused it together. And Jesus, boy, were they good. They were awesome. Abu Trika was lecturing everybody. He was the professor. He was the Zidane of African football, and he didn't need the constraint of play like a European, try to impress European scouts or European coaches. He just expressed himself in the best way possible, and the football was sweet. You know, when we watched the Cameroon Guinea game yesterday, and you see, there's this song we used to sing in football, back in football, it said, "No more seniority in the field of soccer, no more seniority in the field of soccer." You get to feel that when you watch the African Cup of Nations. Like, see, I'm Cape Verde, you're Egypt. But hey, nigga, we got game to play here. Your Mosala is Mosala in Liverpool. It's not you go shop Salah for you. You understand? You are Victor Osimhen. And so what? You scored 26 goals in Italy. You are African Baller of the Year. Oh boy. We are Guinea, but we're not guinea pigs. We are Equatorial Guinea, but we're not Guinea fowl. Ego had you. Okabenwe, and it's just that the brute force of Victor Osimhen still, gives him that edge over the others. But that's the thing that I love about it. You've got to come with your African style. You've got to come with the ability to dribble. See, there's a guy. I have a short video, very short video. I'll put it up. Put it on my status. If you're on my WhatsApp, you'll see. There's one guy did snake bite in midfield. Normally, you don't do that in midfield. Come on, you do it on the side. That guy did a snake bite in midfield. Jesus Christ. Football is African football is switch. Just switch. 69 football. He said, I'm still not expecting too much from these Eagles. The Cameroonian team hasn't been great. I think anyone can win this. I only hope Nigeria do. The Lara just says, so like this, we are going to play Cameroon. I hope the way the Cameroonians won last night will not spot them on. It was an inspiring win. Okay, whatever it is, Nigeria Cameroon is form is out of the window. But I think that I can take a bit of confidence that as bad as our team is, we came out of the group with 7 points. That's not really bad. There are not too many teams that would do past that. Apart from Senegal, who's got 9 points. There's not too many teams that you can say, oh, they will win all their group games. So I will look at it and say, okay, Nigeria is up there. Our play is not beautiful, but hey, our play was beautiful in 2021. We had beautiful play in 2021, won all our group games, and then got knocked out by Tunisia, who was ravaged by COVID. So I'll say to you, play ugly, and nobody remember how we played in 94 anymore. They just know that we won it. In the finals, Zambia was a better team. Zambia played better football in the finals in 94 than us. But we won it, and it's on record. Okay, 1980, we were the best team by far by all standard. The players were good, were top of the line. 2013, we were also good, but we didn't start very well. But then we won it, and nobody is going to remember the play anymore. Like a famous coach, Fabio Capello, once said, "Nobody remembers how you play after you've won. The record book says you've won it." So sometimes that's the only thing that is needed, and you've got to be able to bring that to the party at all times. So let's hope that when the time comes, we'll see how it goes. Deolari, why you say, hey, yeah, sorry, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, they always do like their fellow orange color team, the Dutch African version of Netherlands. I think you said this yesterday. You brought it back again. They are not out to. So let's be honest. They are not out yet, but I mean, games today would finally determine their fate, their placement in the. Like, I hate that thing. That's what I'm saying about our World Cup qualifiers. Let's not put ourselves and be waiting for best loser slot. It's not a good one. Oh. Qualify. Oga, do your work. Oga Ade, do your work. Additional Lavama say it was the third place match where Rashidi scored his most memorable goal for me in the last minute to win the bronze. Yeah, okay. Additional Lavama say in the qualifiers in 2017, because Cameroon had just won the AFCON, people start to fear Cameroon, like say them go kill us for the qualifiers. We ended up trashing them 4-0. I just hope the boys rise up. That was the time where everybody was insulting me. I don't know which I do people that time. I your voice say, after watching other African countries play at the AFCON, I can conclude that the Nigerian team doesn't know what it means to play for the flag. There's big time lack of passion. There's a big time lack of passion in the Nigerian team. And I said this before in the forum, and I'm not going to blame the Eagles, but I'm going to blame our own structure. See, Super Eagles have Alex Iwobi, Calvin Bassey, Olaino, Shemi Ajayi, Trust Ekong. Who is again? It's that Ademola Lookman. I'm going somewhere with this. Joe Aribo. Okay, so 7 of these guys. And I think there are a few other ones who do not understand. So there is an understanding. I just told you that what happened in 1988 about the Super Eagles, Nigeria and Cameroon. So let's hypothetically say I was going to have to do anything in competition with a Cameroonian. One of the fuel that would drive me is that 1988 anger to push me to want to outdo the Cameroonian. You see all these names that I mentioned, they don't understand that. They understand the rivalry between England and another country where they grew up. So to expect them to not come here and morph into the feeling that we have, the emotion or the energy that we have, is actually expecting too much. I'm not saying don't bring them to the team. I mean, they're Nigerians, but I'm saying that when you bring them, indoctrinate them, initiate them into the understanding of, that thing that they say that when you sign for Arsenal, they tell you we can lose to everybody but not Spurs. I'm sure this generation of players, nobody told them that one. And if you go back to my conversation, I have very long off the record conversation with David Dane, and he says that when they signed Patrick Vieira, he didn't speak English and they were trying to teach him English language. And the first thing they told him is Tottenham is shit. And excuse my French. And he didn't understand. But then the next day they were having this team bonding section, and then Vieira wanted to say something in English, and he took the microphone and he said, Tottenham is shit. You understand? And everybody busted laughing. So you have to know, if you sign for Man U, you're told Liverpool and Man City are not the team you lose to, even though this generation don't understand it. So those indoctrination must be done. And then the fans, another thing that Nigerian football have done and is that they've disconnected the fans from the team. The fans are no longer connected to the team like back in the day where they are training in Alta or National Stadium, and fans will come to the training and express themselves to the players. That doesn't happen anymore. So there's a whole lot of disconnect. With time, maybe it will come back. The culture of the game will come back and it will grow, and then we will find that. I don't know, but let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. I always say, okay, I think that's the one I've read. Sid says, we and Cameroon is always grudge. Maroc 88 and Nigeria Ghana 2000, very painful. We need to continue our recent confidence like we have done the past times. Okay, Abe Sidov says, but Nigeria won more under 17 World Cup than Ghana. Yeah, but Ghana was a country we were looking up to. Those inspiration was we wanting to be like Ghana made us. You know how when you have somebody you want to be like, and then all of a sudden you're doing better. Look at Burna Boy. You could tell that Burna Boy wants to be as big as Fela. So he doesn't even see himself like, oh, in this Afrobeat business, I want to be better than Davido and Whiskey. To him, he doesn't even see those people as competition. To him, my legacy should be on the same street with Fela. And might be different, like in terms of the conversation, because Fela was not just a musician, it was a movement, right? But when you look at the international, the diaspora following that somebody like Burna have, you would understand where he is. And to have his mom, who was a dancer with Fela, God really him into that platform, into that space, it's one of the best things that's ever happened. It was like Usher having his mom before she died, and Kanye West also having his mom before she died. So it's one of those things that, yes, we'll have more under 17 than them 5, but listen, Ghana, if you belong to my generation, you understand it better. Right now, a lot of people don't even see the rivalry. Like somebody's like, what's the football rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana? Are you serious right now? Are you really serious? It's beyond what you think. It's just way, way, way beyond what you think. That's just the simple fact. Abesida say we won in the year 2013. I said that now. Stamina Emmanuel, he said, greetings to everyone. I wish the Super Eagles all the best in next round of AFCON. And the Olawa says, so like this, I see the here Ghanaian and Ivorian saying they are having hope of qualification. That's hope against hope. Ivorians still have hope, but Ghana is out. Ghana flying out today. There's no hope for Ghana, but Ivorians still have hope because until tonight, right now, as of today, they are still in it. So Ghana does not have any hope again. Forget Ghana. Ghana, that one is destroyed already. Abesidov is a Ghana last cup trophy was in the 80s. So how come they are more greater than Nigeria in football? Okay, so first off, let's start with this. Brazil have 5 World Cup trophy won, and whatever you do, if they don't win any trophy in the next 30 years, you will rate Brazil as number 1 in world football because they have 5 World Cup trophy, and that puts them ahead of anybody. Ghana have 4 AFCON win, and we have 3. Until we match up that 4 and then one more, maybe we can have that conversation. It's just the way you look at Man City, they are winning, but you cannot say they are better or they are greater than Manchester United. You can't say that. The same way you can't say, no matter what Man City are winning now, that they are greater than Liverpool. You can't say that. Liverpool have how many Champions League titles, how many league titles, and so they are coming, they are upcoming. Same with Chelsea. They've been incredible in the last 20 years, but you can't put them in the same sentence with Manchester United or Liverpool. That's the conversation that we're having here. So it's not about whether the last one they won was in 1982. That's not the conversation. The conversation is this team was the team that we always wanted to be. A Ghanaian player won the Africa, the CAF the what's it called, the UEFA Champions League before anybody in Nigeria. His name is Abedi Pele, 1991 for Olympic Marseille. And when we won it, I remember very well when Kanu Nwankwo and Finidi George won it in 1995. The first thing that you could see is that Nigeria have won better than Ghana. Okay. And then Samuel Osai won it again with Bayern Munich, and then the conversation changed. So this is the rivalry that we have. It's a rivalry for soft power, true football. So it's not whether they won the last one in the 80s. It's the fact that before Nigeria even dream of winning a bronze medal, Ghana already have two gold. So let that come into the context of the conversation and the perspective in which we're having the conversation, so that it is full spreadsheet, not just the way you want it to suit your narrative right now. Okay. Where did I start? Where did I stop now? I don't miss. Ooh. Addition of Massey LOL. This generation go rather banter than reason. The Lara just say Chelsea are a good value for Carabao Cup. I think they can win it though. Would you consider them a success this season if they win the Carabao Cup and then don't make the top four? 1 billion FC, it's a success to say, let's pop the champagne. We have done something great. Okay, that's the question. Taiwo Gunade say Guinness Stout in Ireland takes different to Nigerian Guinness. Okay, so we are getting the fake one. That's the question. Additional Former say even if Chelsea wins, it is good for the boys, but should not be taken too serious. The boys need to be consistent and continue to grow. This is my success, but for Pochettino, he needs to win it too. Okay, Henry Morris says, good morning, bros. Good morning to you. This year's AFCON is the real definition of handicap. The tournament carry everyone for handicap. I don't know what that means anyway, but I guess you guys who do deep dive into bet beyond the surface would understand that. The Olaro just says, this Eric Chippo-Moting, which time be that way is still they play for Southampton or Stoke City in Juju no be here. Additional Lavoma says, man, I know one day Ghana position in the last 10 years, at least now only 2 AFCON we never go. It don't pass to think about 3 that we missed out on. We didn't go to 2012, we didn't go to 2015, we didn't go to 2017. So okay, he said the last 10 years. Okay, so it's the last 10 years. Additional Lavoma say Ghanaian players and management don't trust themselves. It is only voodoo they know how to do. They always say, man, all these Ghanaian, them even the poor charge for their language. Okay. PDX Max 01, he said the man knows nothing. Michael Eleta say Cameroon has been poor and disjointed in this tournament. Their main attacking athlete is Nkondu, and he is the guy Nigerians need to watch. That aside, the form book may be torn cause of the rivalry. Thank God say you put that as a caveat, because I wanted to remind you of that and tell you, my dear, form book not a day for this one. The rivalry will exist. They go beyond form book. But hey, let's keep it going. Okay, there's an extra 10 minutes to be on the show because we didn't start earlier. I don't even want to say time is almost up. Okay, the time is still almost up anyway. Taiwo Okonade says, we need part of Onyedika and Onyeka with Iwobi against Cameroon. Yusuf will be available now, if I'm not mistaken. We need another striker pair with Osimhen. You want to use 14 players, so workload will be shifted from him. Onyeka Nalwe says Nigeria versus Cameroon, I think it's 50-50 chance. Anyone can win. All the best for Eagles. Michael Eleta say my most memorable Nigerian Cameroon match was the game where Okocha scored a free kick. It was played on a Sunday. Yes, we're not going to church that now. With the house. I think we're watching at home, and then the Bibere children talking about Bibere children. Bibere is no, wow, Mama don't die. We need to go that barrier. Okay, and then we were watching, and then the noise, Odibo Street that time in Worry, the noise was second to none. I went to Worry. It's so Lagos already, but I had to go to Worry because I wanted to watch the AFCON with because it was a tradition of us watching football together. So I wanted to have that feel. Because in Lagos, I was staying in Ikoyi in 2004. I was staying in Ikoyi. If I watch that game, I'd just be alone at home. If you grow up in the streets of Worry like I do this conversation, you would understand it. But if you did not, it would not even make sense. Like, what am I saying? So I grew up knowing that we as family will watch games together, and we call each people's house different names. So our house is Highbury because our parlor was smaller. Then we now moved to a bigger house. We now call it Old Trafford. Not because we like Manchester United. My younger brother is a Man United fan. Then the Biberies, they have three flats up that they occupy. So it's their compound. So one of the flats is called Santiago Bernabeu. Then the other one, the middle flat, mommy's flat, was called No Camp. And then the one in front, which is like their late father's parlor, was untouched. That one is untouched. Nobody goes there. Not is San Siro. Nobody goes there. Nobody enters there. So when it's match time, people like, Jesus Christ, football is crazy. Football, like when I think about the whole thing, I don't see that frenzy anymore. Viewing center has spoiled football. Viewing center have really destroyed that energy, that kinetic energy that comes with the game, the push, the sweat, the banter, the noise, the insult. Because on football day, everybody's age mates. Everybody is age mate. You can yab anybody. After that, the respect, the bros come back. But on football day, you can, like, we look forward to it because it's the opportunity for us to yab those bros that are older than us. I like to send you a message and we just like yab them well. And you know where the line is drawn anyway. You know where the line is drawn, and you don't get past it because you will take slap, you will take beat, and everybody just look like that. And somebody's always a victim of one bros that does not know how to take the joke properly. But hey, it is what it is. We really did enjoy that time. And so when you mentioned this match now, it just brought back a few of that kind of memories when Okocha scored that free kick. And you know what was funny was the goalkeeper was standing, played the free kick, the keeper didn't see the ball, hit the net and came back, and then the goalkeeper hold it, and you would have thought almost for a split second that the goalkeeper saved the ball, but it was a goal. Jerry Sampson say, bros, thanks for saying something about the TV right of the African Cup of Nations, because DSTV would have lost a lot of subscribers. So okay, thank you very much for that. Even them, they told me when I went to when I went for Monday Night Football, it was a general discussion. The funny thing is, the staff like the fact that I did that. Okay, the staff from the sports unit, they love the fact I was treated like a hero. Like, man, guy, you gave us something to do this AFCON, and I saw for just day like that, nothing that happened. Well, it is what it is. Jalara, what you say? By the way, this is for me one of the most impressive AFCON tournament in recent times. Nobody fear nobody. Also for me too. Like it's so beautiful. It's so nice. It's so lovely. Taiwo Ogunade says, it's sad that we don't have a football museum in our national stadium, because we do not have a national stadium, despite our successes all these years. Abe Sidov says we won more under 17 World Cup than Ghana. Nigerians saying. And I still the dwell on that. I think we were in the AFCON conversation. Can we stay within the AFCON space? The Larry say, I'm sorry, it wouldn't spell success if Chelsea win only Carabao Cup and not qualify for the top four. Poch, no, the poach at all. It's not poaching at all. Nothing is poaching right now. Pochettino is not Pochettino at all. That's according to the Olawa, not me. Well, we've reached a point where if you want to call in, if you want your voice head on the show, 07025000069 is the number to call. We've got 7 more minutes at the end of the show. Let me travel. No. Okay, let me go. Yeah, so let's look at somebody was talking about the possibility of Ghana expecting that they would still qualify. So let's look at it from that space a bit. The possible qualifiers. Okay, so look at the possible qualifiers. Currently, as it stands right now, Ghana are at the bottom of that ladder with 2 points. So there is no opening for any other team on top. So the top teams, the teams that have qualified, that are in the possible qualifying four spots, is Guinea number 1, Mauritania number 2, Ivory Coast number 3, and Namibia number 4. Then you have number 5, Zambia. Now, Namibia and Zambia have a game to play today. So let's go back to the fixtures, and maybe that will clarify it all. So Zambia plays against Morocco today. Earlier, Namibia will play Mali. Now, if you go back to the standing, and let's go back again to the standing. So it's Namibia, Mali, Zambia, Morocco. So let's look. Morocco is already top of their group with 4 points, but if Zambia beat them, Zambia will go to 5 points. Morocco will still be on 4 points, and Morocco qualifies. As it stands, DR Congo are second in their group with 2 points. If they win their game, which is okay, let's take this call. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
I not hear you. Good morning.
I can hear you clearly. Good morning. Go ahead. Oh, okay. I think the problem is on the side. So Namibia, let's say Namibia plays their game, and let me put it clearly so that we can have a good conversation. The grill is calling. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Hello. I can't hear.
Okay. Bye-bye. Don't call again. Please. Don't call again since you can't hear. So Namibia plays against Mali. Now look at the group. Mali is already number 1 in that group. If Namibia wins, they go to top. They go to 6 points. But what Namibia really needs in this game is a draw. Not draw because they would go top of their group. If they get a draw, they go to 4 points. And depending on what South Africa play with Tunisia, let's just hypothetically say South Africa would even beat Tunisia, okay? If South Africa beat Tunisia, and that's a funny part, Tunisia might still, people say Tunisia out. Tunisia might still win because a win for Tunisia takes them to 4 points. And you don't know what happened between Namibia and Mali. So hypothetically, let the heavens fall, Ghana are out. I don't care what anybody wants to say, Ghana are out of it already. So the team that you now have that have a fighting chance is Namibia. If Namibia gets a draw, they go to 4 points, they stay in that 4. Then Zambia play late by 9. They play against Morocco. So you go to the Zambia group and see Morocco are already top right now. If Zambia gets a win, it's good for them. If they get a draw, it's not good for them because it's 3 points, and 3 points cannot guarantee them a spot, especially if with Namibia already on 3 points and sitting there. But what works if Namibia loses and Zambia gets a draw, they go to 3 points, and goal difference will knock Namibia out, and then Zambia stay there. But if that happens, Ivory Coast still qualifies. So Ivory Coast technically are not out of the African Cup of Nations. They can still be saved by hair's breadth. Now, it is Zambia's job to win, and it is Namibia's job to draw. If that happens, if that result happens, Namibia draw Mali and Zambia win Morocco, then it's a different conversation. But can they beat Morocco? Can Zambia, the copper bullet, can they find the bullet and fire Morocco? That's something that we would get to find out at the end of the matches today. But it's not Huru. It's not home and dry yet. It's not all sorted out. So it's still a long way. And then the German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich will try to do anything they can to, to reduce the point deficit between them and Bayern Leverkusen as they play their standing game. A win for them would take them to 44 points, to be 4 points behind Bayer Leverkusen. Did I tell you that Bayer Leverkusen have still not lost a game in the league this season, or probably in European football this season? They have played 18 games, won 15 and drawn 3. Somebody was comparing Xabi Alonso with Mikel Arteta the other day, say which one does look likely to go ahead and become a success. Well, in the German Bundesliga, don't forget that Borussia Dortmund are in 5th place, and the season has not ended, but let's say the season hypothetically ends like this, they will not play in the Champions League next season because Bayer Leverkusen and Stuttgart are just in that place where their form is scary. Not just because they've been losing. Borussia Dortmund have lost only 3 games this season, but they've drawn 6. And it is in that place where they've drawn a lot of games that the season is looking comatose for them. But let's hope that they will have a miracle. Now let's come back to your comments. The final lap of the comment. Falan Ababatunde say, I say this categorically, Nigeria will defeat Cameroon. Thank you very much for that. People that the Falan the Sabige Authority. Oluwadare Showumi say, hello, sir. We need Iwobi to be close to the attack or a fully fit Iheanacho, a physically strong midfield against Cameroon. I think it's 50-50 game. We need to take our chances. I agree with you as well. Osaze Ghana have sacked the coach. I know. And that's the final lap of this conversation. We've got 1 more minute to the end of the game, to the show. Sorry. Loa Dari show me say, please talk about Chelsea 6-2 aggregate versus Middlesbrough. What you want to talk again? That's what you've already said. And then he say, how on earth should Ghana be hoping to qualify with 2 points tonight? They are out. They are not even hoping. They are not in the race. They are not in the race. Okay, so they are out already. But let's talk about the sacking of the coach. Remember, sorry, my Ghana people. In 2021, when Ghana lined up their coaches, Boateng, Chris Hughton, and football director, everybody said Ghana brought in the best, the most experienced, this one down. And I remember I wrote under that comment, under that tweet, that all of these things, you are removing the players factor from it. The Ghana players does not look to me like they are committed to the cause of their national team. And people were battering me like, I don't know what I'm saying, because I produce the Eguavon football room. I'm trying to defend my Bini brother, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Eguavon has lost his job, gone on to be technical director of the NFF. But what value have the expensively assembled Ghanaian football coaches brought between 2020 December and now? Zero value, because Ghana is back where they were in 2020 December. Okay, post-COVID, up until now. Nothing has changed, nothing is approved. Team is still a pile of shit, rubbish team, no headway, no direction. As a matter of fact, yeah, you heard it from the Ghanaians. 10 games in the AFCON, 3 different AFCON Cup of Nations, they've won only 1 game against Guinea-Bissau. Every other team that they played, 0. Well, MMA say, as much as Ghana is out, is good for me because those people are something else with jealousy and unhealthy competition. They are like an over-pampered, spoiled child that feels Nigeria owns them everything. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on the show. I think we've had fun. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you for being stingy with your like as well, for not liking the live. I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I'll need to be jumping naked or going crazy on the show for that to happen. But all the same, thank you very much. If you've not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe. It will help us to be a better channel as we keep increasing in our numbers. Promise you to always be here. Remember, from the knockout stage, we'll be doing post-match analysis after every game. I think that we had a good show today, and all the comments have been fantastic as well. The joy I get now is that the comments are a lot more engaging than just being flat. Like, oh, hi, hello, good morning, bros, good morning, bros, good morning, bros. Like 20 comments is good morning. People are not engaging. I hope that when we're done with the AFCON and then we're also reviewing matches in European football and all that, you guys will come in. Remember that it just won't be me seeing all the games. So you guys will come in with what you've seen and give us your analysis and your position on all of that. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have for yourself a wonderful day. And as the transfer window winds down, I hope that your club sign the players that you desire and they come in and click and take your club to where you hope that they will go. But that said, I also hope that Nigeria beats Cameroon on Saturday. I think I'm enjoying the energy, that the fact that Nigeria is in the tournament, that energy that we get, I'm enjoying it. I want us to continue to go. But that said, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Like I always say, be the solution and not the problem. God bless you and have a wonderful day. My name is Idafe Matias. You love to call me the Sports. Bye-bye.